Hey there people, it's the H-Man, coach of the Pittsburg Steelex. I'll be reviewing my draft for the UBL Season 1, the United Battle League, which I'll be taking part of this season. It's a 16 people league, 8 teams, 2 divisions, 10 weeks of the league play, and then playoffs, which we will be making. I'll be posting content about it throughout the season in my channel, so I hope you stick around to see all that. Well, let's get right into this video. I want to first talk about what I'm looking for in the draft overall, in all of my drafts. The first thing here would be team synergy. Now, team synergy can come cliche, but let me explain. To me, team synergy is that the 11 mons that you pick, all of them can work well together. I don't want to have that one mon that's like looking like an outcast right there because I like it or anything like that. I don't like that. I want to be able to use all of my mons throughout the season in good synergy with each other, with different sets, different combinations to keep it unpredictable. That really helps you out to get some wins throughout the season. Now, the next thing would be offensive diversity. Now, I really value that as well, because I want my offensive mons to be able to hit everything in every team in the league. If I got that one mon that's annoying me that I cannot do much against and it's just gonna recover and just cripples my team, I don't want to just take a loss, you know. I want to be able to hit everything strong with the right sets. The next thing would be hazard control, of course, as everybody would say. You really need to control the hazards right there. You want to be able to set up rocks, you want to be able to set up spikes, T-spikes, whatever, and you want to be able to remove them if you need to, if your team is weak against it. But setting up rocks especially is what I like. It's really important. Can give you momentum, can give you the really needed damage that you really need to win right there. It's really important. You should never overlook that. Now, the next thing would be speed again, very important, as you all know. You want to hit first, you want to be able to have fast mons to threaten opponents, do all that good stuff. If you hit first, you'll get the hacks with you as well. Of course, we don't want hacks like even in our favor, but you know, it's in the game, so you want to be able to get them in your favor if you're going to get them at all, and speed helps you do that actually. Now, the last thing would be utility. I'm not just talking about hazard control, I'm talking about like screens, status, all that stuff, taunt, memento, stuff like that. Now, you want that to be in your team because you want to annoy other teams with your utility mons. You can't really bring your stars every week, expect them to just beat the opposing team. You need those utility mons to do their work as well. Now, getting into the draft with my round 1 pick, I drafted Mega Heracross. Now, I know it's not really a common first round pick, but I really wanted to use it. I never used Mega Heracross before, not in tier play, not in any draft league, so I wanted to use it. It's got good offensive stats, it's got a good move pool, its speed tier isn't the best, however I feel like I can work through that. It's got some common weaknesses in Fairy, Psychic, Fire, and Flying, however I feel like with the rest of my team I can get rid of those weaknesses. It's got decent bulk upon Mega Evolving, and with its offensive stats and skilling ability, diverse move pool, I feel like it'll be able to put in some work this season. Now, the next one I drafted right off the back was Magnezone. I want to get rid of that cold flying weakness of Heracross with a cold flying resist in the Magnezone. I really like Magnezone because it's got 3 abilities that you can use, all of them very useful, Sturdy being the least useful one, but Magnet Pool and Analytic can be very useful. It can go for that slow volt switch. You can just lock in other steel types. It's got Tri Attack, which is again what I like because it has a good special attack stats, and Tri Attack is a strong attack. It can inflict status randomly. It's pretty cool. I like Magnezone. Still, it's got a quad weakness to ground, which you can kind of fix with Magnet Rise or like giving it an Air Balloon or Shuka Berry. And also, it all has common weaknesses with Heracross being Fire and Fighting, but again, we'll try to fix that in the rest of the draft. Right now, with our 3rd round pick, we got Greninja. It's another mon that I really like. People say Greninja in draft leagues can't really use Protein or Battle Bond, but Torrent ability, it's not a good ability, I know, but it doesn't really matter that much because Greninja is such a good mon. Great speed tier, good offensive stats, extremely diverse move pool, which is what you want to use. See, when you're making a Greninja set to tier play or you whatever, you can just put 4 moves right there. But in the league, you put the 4 moves, you can put 4 different moves every week depending on your opponent teams, and you can bring offensive and especially offensive sets, which is great move pool, again great speed, and great typing in Dark and Water, great Psychic resist because you can just switch it in and threaten the opponent right away because of a speed stat. It's Doesn't have the best of bulks, but that's not what we're looking for here. Plus it can set up hazards, great momentum. I really like Greninja. I feel like it's a great pick. I try to pick it as often as possible. I'm going for my fourth pick is Willie Cut right there. So Willie Cut is one of those utility mons that I talked about earlier. I really like Willie Cut. His prankster ability is really good. You can set up Tailwind, which can help my Heracross be faster than it is, hit first, which is really good. You can use Memento again, bringing my Heracross in to set up with like Bulk Up or Swords Dance or whatever. You can use Defog again, which is very important against weather teams. It can change the weather like that. It's got good typing as well, especially the grass type, which I needed, because you need that grass type nowadays, especially mons like Seismitoad and Gastrodon and mons like that, which are very popular and very useful. So you need to have a good grass type. It's got good base speed stat as well. So yeah, I feel like it'll be a very useful mon this season. Now with the fifth pick right there, we got Blacephalon. Blacephalon right here gave me great offensive diversity. Again, what I talked about earlier. It's got good fire and ghost typing. It's got good speed stat, great special attack stat. Even has got good attack stat, although I probably won't be able to use it that very much throughout the season. It's got awful bulk. Also, it's weak to stealth rocks, which you need to be able to fix with your team. However, right now looking at the team, it was really needed. With its offensive abilities to be able to hit a lot of things that the others can't. It can also be a good sweeper in the end game, as you all know. It's got good synergy right now with the rest of the team when I'm looking at it. So the next pick was Kyurem. I wanted to draft the Dragon type right here. I actually wanted Goodra. I got sniped, which is okay because Kyurem's a decent substitute when you think about it. They're not really doing the same thing. Goodra has that pure Dragon type, which gives it a lot of resistances, and it got better defensive abilities, maybe a more diverse move pool. But then here Kyurem is a more strong mon overall, if you ask me. It's got that ice typing, which gives it a weakness to rocks as well. However, it's got great bulk. It's got roost. It's gonna be really annoying because it's really hard to wear it down, and it can always heal back up with roost. It's got good move pool and a good speed stat as well with base 95. I would like Goodra, but you know, I'm happy with Kyurem right there as well. So with the next pick, I picked Empoleon. I wanted that utility mon who can do very good hazard control, can set up rocks and defog, which right now I got two mons that are weak to rocks, which would be annoying. So right here, rock resist Empoleon can get in, click defog. Also, it's the first mon that I have right now who's got priority Aqua Jet, which can be useful throughout the season at times. It's got good typing as well. It's got good stats. From a utility mon, I can't really ask for more right now. Getting to my next pick is Miltank. See, having Miltank in the opposing team is really annoying for me, so I want to have it for myself. It's got good speed stats for a utility mon at base 100, which is crazy. It can set up rocks. It's got Milk Drink. It's gonna be here. It can set up status like T-Wave with Toxic and all that stuff. It's got really important abilities, 3 of them, again, that can be used in Sap Zipper, Scrappy, and Tick Fat. It's got diverse move pool as well. It's got some utility moves, so it's gonna be annoying for every team, as it only has got that fighting weakness. It's gonna be a good mon. So the next pick was Gardevoir. Here again, I actually wanted to draft Cresselia. I couldn't because it was picked. I overlooked it. I don't know how, but instead I drafted Gardevoir because it was the best substitute at the moment. It's got that Healing Wish support that I can use. It's a good offensive mon with good typing, also with quad resist, that fighting type. Even if it has some very weak defensive stats, still that quad weakness, quad resist, sorry, can help me out. Because looking at the team right now, I got a fighting type resist problem, which is kind of bad. Gardevoir doesn't really fix it alone, but it can help out with that. So my tier 5 pick, next pick is Rotom Fan. I said it before, I want to use my tier 5, tier 4 picks to a good degree, and Rotom Fan here is an example of that. It's got Rotom stats, which is great. Doesn't have the best Rotom typing when you think about it, but looking at my team, I really need that flying type, which is really cool. You can use Defog, although it's weak to rocks itself. You can use Volt Switch, which is also cool. It can set up screens, which is again very important. If my opponent doesn't have default, I can't get rid of them. Screens could be very, very vital for me. Again, I've got some setup mons that can set up like that, be a trouble to the opposing team right here. So yeah, Rotom Fan, it's a good utility mon and a great mon to pick at tier 5 when you think about it. Now, my last pick was Rhyperior. As you can see, throughout my team before that, I was a bit shaky defensively. I can argue that with Rhyperior, I'm still a bit shaky defensively because maybe I don't have the best defensive synergy. However, Rhyperior as a last round pick, the best mon that I could acquire at that moment. It's got that ground typing which I needed because I didn't have any other ground types. Gives me that electric resistance, immunity. It's got good offensive and defensive stats. I can run some sets with it. It's got rocks too, so eventually throughout the season it's gonna be useful. Its defensive bulk will be needed. Now overall, looking at my draft, I'm happy with it. I got good synergy, good offensive diversity. It's a bit shaky defensively, like I said, but we'll work through that. I got decent speed. It could have been better, but again, I'm happy with it, and we'll see if more needed. Maybe I'll do some free agent moves. I got good utility. I can't say anything to my utility. My utility mons are just great, just what I wanted. I got decent Volt Switch turn as well with Magnezone, Willie Cut, Rotom Fan. All that mons, they can give me good momentum looking at it. Like I said, I'm happy overall. We'll be able to do some good things with this team throughout the season. I hope you'll stick around to see all of it. I'll be sharing my replays with commentary, of course, throughout the season. At least that's what I'm planning. Maybe we'll do some live commentary. We'll see how it goes. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.